Now come back. Oh. So we could quickly see how we use logical operators for inside our JavaScript code. Logical operator na just way to dey check if e dey true or if e dey false. You go dey check whether e dey logic, e go dey think. Na the computer go dey do the thinking for you. Na im go dey do the reasoning for you. So make we see how we fit even add logical operator for our code and how we fit even use am. For inside VS Code, make we say I wan create 3 variables, for example. So I fit just say const, then we'll say num1. So this num1, make we just create 3 numbers, for example, and make we duplicate the code. Then make we change the numbers for here. So I get 22, 51, 47 as these variables where they here as num1, num2, num3. It doesn't matter, the number no to matter. But just notice say we get the lowest and we get the highest for here, right? So and notice say we also get this 47 for here, which will be the in-between. So like we say we want to use the logical operator for here for this our code. We want to check whether number 22 and 47, if they both they less than this number 2, right? So make we just say we go first say num1 and num3. If it dey less than num2, then it will give us the answer. So make we see as if it work. So if I say make I assign this to a result, so I go say const res result. So if we say make we log that value out, console.log, and then we go just pass in our results for there. Now you see say it is true. Because why? We dey use the logical AND operator for here. Logical AND operator now the double AND sign. That AND where they see here, and now that one we use for here. So we dey check whether if this one and this one. So if number 1 and number 3, that's num1, num3, then are this variable here and this variable here. If it dey less, if 2 of them then they less than this variable for here, which now num2 where we call, which now 51 where we call for here, then it go give us say na true. But if you know if one of them say no, you no pass, now there we go get problem. So a very good example go say if num1 and num2, if it dey greater than this one. So if we they say if this one and this one they both pass this, if this 22 and this 47 they both pass this 51, then it go tell us say na false. So make we always know how we use the AND operator. If you even add them to more things, you will be more expressive. If you say and this is greater than this, and that is less than this, and you just go on like say they talk to them, the computer go to understand you waiting they type for them. So always stay creative with how you use your expressions for them. So if I say okay, I want to check whether number 1 or number 3 they less than this, so I go say okay, I go just clean this code again. Then we could just say num3. I want a false statement. So if it is less than num1, right? Or which we know say it not go be true, but because this num3, they less than num1. Num1 na the lowest, which na 22. So because na the lowest there, we know say no go be true. But in case if it be true, or if you say num2, they greater than, which go be true. So because this statement for this side, for the right side, it dey true, that's why it give us true. But if you say we want to change them to the AND symbol, for example, if I duplicate this code and just comment this code out, and then we just change this to AND. So if I say AND, you go say it false. Because if they check, say this statement is supposed to be true, and this statement is supposed to be true, because we use the AND operator. But because we know they use the AND operator, that's why it shows like this. So make I even duplicate this code even and say result 2, and then we just define this one as result 2, for example. So you see say, because I don't add this OR operator for here, you see say they give us true. Then at this first result where they here. But they give us true for here. But if I put them for here, you see say they get false for here. Then because this statement for this side is they false, and this statement for here is they true. But because we use the AND operator, both of them they suppose equals to true always. If it no be true, it go fail. If this one go be true and this one go be false, then at that time it will give us the OR operator, the OR logical operator. Now you see the NOT logical operator for here. The NOT logical operator, what they do be say they help us they check whether something get value or you no get value. If you no get value, it go tell us say na true. If you get value, it go tell us say now false. Now so they take reply. So make we see how we fit do them for here. So if we duplicate this code and make we just clean this side out, I could just call them result 3, for example. Make we just say we just want to assign them to num1. After this num1, we could just add the NOT for here for the beginning. So we could say NOT, and then we go add the number for there. As we don't add them for there, that num1, if we say make we console log this message now, you go see say it go give us false. Make we try. So if I duplicate them and say result 3, you will see say we dey get false. So why it dey give me false for here? Just because I use the not. Not because this number 1, it get value, this 22 for here. So if I make them 0, for example, you can see say the thing don't change to true. Again, when we start to talk about data types, now there we can see waiting undefined and all these things be. So if I say undefined, you feel say it dey give me true. And even because I dey assign the value to them. And if I say no, it dey give me true. That because this one self no be real value, but it dey give me the value. So if I say okay, now empty, you don't get anything, and you can see say it still dey give me true. But if I give am name, I say hello, for example, it will give me false. Meaning say it dey change my true to false and my false to true. And likewise, if you say we want false, even as a value, you can see say it dey give me true for here. But if I change this value to true, you can see say it dey give me false for here. That because this value, number 1, not true. But for now, that's all we need to learn. I will see you now for the next video. Thank you.